Nana Kwame Bedi Cheddar somewhere last week okoye interview ewo city TV na one Umaru Sanda Amanda and this interview no na Umaru ebusa questions bia questions no will be better say na questions no share Cheddar ebufuo because the kind of questions are na Umaru ebusa Cheddar no Cheddar who say questions bia any question obusa ne sa questions no I said what the Cheddar no na babet now and as we interrogate no
stage and sings and we see what he does. You were not a musician, you say you were doing scraps. It's two. We want to know so that someone who wants to learn from you would be inspired to know the path, show us the way. Second, we need to question your source of wealth. It's very important that we know that before you become our president, if you ever became our president.
Well, let me just answer your question for you right now. Umaru, first of all, if anybody wants to find out how I acquired my wealth before even 21, it's on the internet. There's so much research they can do.
That's the internet. You are here with me. Speak to me.
Please. If somebody wants to find out my income today, it is all there. You know, I have built hotels. I've done all of that. It's all there. It's bringing me income. It's yielding. I'm creating employment. But the thing that I'm saying is that journalists should stop wasting my time asking me the same questions over and over again. None of you even have the guts and the ask any sitting president or ex-president these questions like, where did you get the money from to do your campaign? And you are a president, so you're not supposed to have wealth. None of you. But when you have your age group or someone younger than you, and then you guys are trying to make a mimic or take a joke out of this. How many times have I answered this question? How many times? How many times have you even heard? Like as if you didn't know that I've said it already. How many times, Umaru? So that's my point. My point is, you guys, as journalists, need to sit down and say, look, I'm going to meet Cheddar. This guy, well, if he's not intelligent, maybe he's smart. If he's not smart, maybe he's an achiever or doer. He's not just a talker. Let me get some good questions so I can ask this man. Then we can find out more about him. But you're asking me questions that almost 100 journalists have asked me. So I asked myself.
The reason is that you haven't answered.
Because I have.
Convincingly.
Well, I have. I don't know.
And so it is important that we ask you until we get the answers. And we're asking you on behalf of the people you want to vote for you.
I don't know how again you guys want me to show you how exactly money is made. That is the laziness of some of the people in this country. They're asking me for a template. That how exactly. You know, how do you think I build a building? How do you think? Wait, how do you think? That is investment and development. But you're still asking me source of funds. How would I use 4 years to do a development? Bring architects, engineers, pay them systematically, monthly, yearly, to see everything coming up in steps. When I finish, you still ask me, how did you make your money? No. How are you making money out of
No, we're not asking you.
What is the sense in this?
We're not asking you about how you put up a building, which goes. We know the systems to put up a building. But when we ask you at age 19 as a university dropout, how you made £1 million, that is a question that we should ask you. And that's a question you should answer because you are not the only 19-year-old in this country. So how come you're the only one? And that is why it's a story. And that's why we're asking you. Again, you are the only one who at age 19 got £1 million and wants to be president.
First of all,
if you didn't want to be president, nobody would have bothered you.
First of all, get your facts right. It says that at the age of 21, not 19.
Fine, 2 year difference.
And wait, 2 years difference. It's not the 2 years difference. It's you as a journalist trying to be factful and you don't even have your facts. So I want you to move on to maybe some better question. Ghanaians can choose to say whatever they want to say.
Let me ask you a better question. How much do you pay in taxes annually? Is that a better question?
Well, you know what? If this meeting or this interview is about interrogation, about figures and all of that, please, then what is the point of you calling me? Because we definitely had a discussion. You asked me that what are the things that we need to talk about. I talked about my fund, Save Ghana Fund. I talked about the
petition to the EC.
The petition. All of these things.
It's part of the.
You are here interrogating me about. Please leave that one for the commissioner. Leave all of these things.
For GRA.
I didn't know that you people are playing the roles of all these people.
Actually,
Ghanaian journalists should be trained. You know, when you look at
please don't educate me on journalism.
Oh, but I think so. I think you guys should be trained.
I have practiced this
because you need to go international.
No, you
need to go international, and you need to be seen there. Like I'm here, and I know about Oprah. She's one of my favorite, presenters.
No problem.
And I think they ask random questions, normal questions. They don't interrogate people. They have conversations with them. Okay, but when it comes to Ghanaian journalists, all of you are looking for headlines. You're trying to act like, oh, yes, this, that, and then, okay, he said this, so is this. No.
So you think
I've come to you.
You think asking you about your taxes is wrong? You think Oprah wouldn't ask you about your taxes?
If you want to ask me about taxes, hey, I heard you don't pay taxes. Is that true? But you coming to ask me, how much do you pay a year for your taxes? It's more of a duty of the person who is supposed to interrogate me that has the right.
I don't like when you use the word interrogate. So far it's been a conversation.
It's not. This is not a conversation. If it's a conversation, we will have it.
That's what we're having. It's a nice conversation.
You're interrogating me, so I'm asking you.
Maybe have a cup of tea here. That's interrogation.
This is a cup of tea.
Yes.
And I am not going to be your cup of tea. So let's concentrate on the cup of tea and have a conversation.
A question like to ask Cheddar straight, say, how much do you pay for the whole year and how much do you pay for tax? That question, a personal attack, and I would about so. Then Cheddar and Chairman Cheddar to 270 and the money you Mary say. This type of journalism now, and your papa. Opa unko sua the proper journalism say be able to be do international level now you a journalist na say you interested in figures but who share politicians now who do me some that question
degree from any university?
I don't.
Currently you don't?
No.
So right now your highest qualification if you are filling any form would be SSCE.
Well, if you can call it that.
You want to be president and you with your SSCE certificate, you think you can command people who are professors and PhDs? You think you can do that?
What did those people do? The people that have the PhDs and all the DDDs and the degrees, what did they do when we gave them the chance? See, that's the mistake about us. We are basing our future, how we're going to develop our world, on the Western regulations. We feel like we have to have a PhD. We have to have this. We have to go to Harvard. We have to go to Cambridge. Yes, I've seen quite a few of them, Omaru. What did they do?
Nothing, eh?
What did they do? I mean, Africa has the worst governance in the world. Today, if you're looking at our economy, it's crushed. If you're looking at our currency, it's depreciated. If you're looking at the balancing of the economy, there is inflation. What did all these educated, so-called educated men that have all the degrees in the world, that we jumped and voted for them, thinking that they have the degrees and they'll be able to develop humanity and society and the country. What did they do? I think you and I can witness it and we can see. So if you're asking me that I need the degree before I can make a decision for my destiny or what I can do to contribute to the country's success, then I am here to prove you wrong. Because I don't think we should.
You need a degree for that. Will you get your children to get degrees? Will you let your children get degrees?
I am educating my children. And
up to degree level.
Look, education is a necessity.
Yet you decided to opt out of that.
Do you have degrees?
I have one.
You have one?
Yeah.
Did you do it from the computer or did you actually, was it virtual or was it?
Oh, I went to school for 4 years.
For 4 years?
Yes.
Which university?
Ghana Institute of Journalism.
Okay, so your degree is to be a journalist?
Yes, that's what I learned in.
I think it's your destiny, right? That's what you wanted.
I don't know about destiny, but yes, I wanted to be a journalist.
So now you are.
Yeah.
You want to know what I wanted to be?
What? I wanted to be a pilot. But then mathematics was scary, so I decided
Okay.
What did you want to become?
I just wanted to be one of the greatest people in this world. I wanted to leave a legacy. I wanted to make sure that by the time I leave this world, I've impacted so many people.
And there's no degree in that.
There wasn't.
Just on your children. So you would make sure your children get degrees.
I am giving them education now.
But so how do you marry the two? That their father was rebellious against education, thinks that education is not the end to everything. I mean, there are people who say Bill Gates didn't have all these
I am
things.
not
Just
rebellious.
no, you
to
rebelled.
education. Let me correct you.
Okay.
I am not rebellious to education.
What?
Now, also busa aye Cheddar question be about any SSC. Say Cheddar say the highest qualification SSC. No, na Omar Rebecca say entino say see all failure forms be o highest qualification SSC. SSC na person be the president. Now na Cheddar sa sane e dey go to say omo degree, omo doctorate, omo PhD no, omo ya professors no, omo ba idea no be mamo. Dear Benyade and Ombeyamamo. In fact, Cheddar atoton sem area money a journalism more Ghana the type of journalism omoyeno what the question mark area to.
How much are those billboards costing you?
Again, you are into figures, asking me how much this, that. All of that, I don't need to sit here to tell you how much I invested.
No, you're not telling me, you're telling Ghanaians.
Oh, fine, I don't need to tell Ghanaians that this is how much I have invested in my campaign.
Okay.
But I also don't need to respond to you how much I have invested in my campaign when you had the chance to ask some of the presidents or ex-presidents. You could not ask this question that where did you get the money to do your campaign, or you asking me, the businessman who have decided to go into leadership, you're asking me to tell you exactly how much my billboard cost me. I think, again, and it's not like I'm not liking your questions, I just feel like it's not for this interview, because if you ask anybody, it's more of interrogation, or if after this interview, if you sit down and watch, you are gonna see that, yes, you were interrogating me. I'm not the type to be interrogated. I like to see the young people of today, that they should grab that, courage that I have to be able to stick my neck out and say, I'm going to stand for this. Yes, of course, I know I will be attacked, I will be sabotaged, a lot of whatever, but I'm still going ahead because I stand for the youth, and I believe that I have something that will make this country a better country and develop people in a better way. But to end what I'm saying, I think that I would be so proud to see you one day ask either the president, the sitting, or the ex-president the kind of questions you're asking.
Don't worry.
Yeah,
this is Omar Sanda you're speaking with. If any of them sat in front of me, this is the same way I'll ask my question. So you're not going to tell us how much it's costing you to be president. You don't want us to know.
I don't think, that's why I've given Ghanaians the chance to, first of all, invest in the Save Ghana Fund. And then the investment...
That's actually what I was going to come to. So you don't want to tell us how much...
We've gotten in there now.
So just a second. You see why it's important that you answer. There's something called accountability in campaign financing.
But that is what I'm also going to tell you.
Let me land. Campaign financing accountability. You are asking people to donate to your cause so you become president. We saw Obama execute that beautifully in 2008. Yet you don't want to tell us how much you have spent. Are you going to tell us how much you receive from Ghanaians when they send you? So first of all, and that's why I think that, maybe if this is your style of interviewing, like, you just come, let's get in the ring properly. So first of all, it's clearly said that everything you put in this fund is visible and is transparent. Okay, so you see the money there. Why did I, first of all, initiate that idea? Because I'm trying to change the narrative of politics in this country, that everybody goes to the people and give them money and said, go and vote for me. I am the first leader in this country who have set up a fund and saying to the people, invest in me. I don't mind whether it's 1 cedi or 2 cedi, but when you do, you are going to see the money and what it will be used for. So I've already clearly said that, and given the chance and opportunity for us to share this opportunity to use our own investment to put leaders in place. That is happening. Okay, 1. 2, if I get or I make this become successful, is the chance for me to show Ghanaians how responsible I am and how accountable I am. But that is their funds that they've put in me. If Ghanaians want to ask me for my own funds
then I have my own right. I don't have to disclose it to anyone. The people in Ghana don't go around disclosing their funds to people for what they do. But if they do put the money, do you understand what I'm saying, Umaru?
Yes, but I don't agree.
Well, you might not agree because I don't have the right to come and ask you what you do with your salary and how you use it.
I'm not running for president.
What I'm saying that, me running for president,
that's the difference.
No, but it doesn't.
You're going to public office. I'll be paying for your everything that you're going to be using in life.
At the moment,
so I need to know who
I
you
am
are.
an aspirant candidate. Well, I don't even have a party for me to belong to an EC or a constitution in this country. I'm a movement. I'm a movement from the private sector who is put his own funds.
Who must be questioned immediately he decides to go into public office.
You can't question me,
but so that's why I'm questioning you.
Well, you can't question me, but you should leave it for those who have that metropolitan or that judicial right to ask me some of the questions. That question
it's not everything that has to be asked in the court.
Well, it's not.
Some things are asked in the public opinion
and it's
court.
not everything that have to be answered.
So you're not going to answer that.
Well,
how much have you raised so far from the public?